Hi, I'm Mike Rich in comScore's Seattle office, and I'm here to bring you some highlights from our new white paper, The Power of Like. Now, this is a brand new look into Facebook that we haven't been able to do before using a new platform we have to measure social media. And what we did here is take over a year to develop some new techniques to understand the brand messages that appear in the news feed and the profile pages of people who visit Facebook. So we can identify the fans of a brand as well as the friends of those fans and get some really cool insights. In the white paper, we focused on three brands: Starbucks, Bing, and Southwest Airlines, and everything you'll see today is based on May 2011 data in the US. So first, let's talk about the fan page. I think one of the biggest questions social marketing managers have is, should I be focusing my attention on the fan page or should I be focusing my attention on the newsfeed? Well, take a look at this chart. This really shows the drastic comparison between what's happening on the newsfeed and the number of visits on the fan page. And what you see here is it's no contest. Brands get far more exposure on the newsfeed than their fan page. So we all know the basis for measuring advertising are things like reach, frequency, GRPs. Those are the building blocks for any type of ad campaign you're running. And what we're able to do now, and what we've done in this white paper, is understand the reach, frequency, and GRPs for these social messages appearing in the newsfeed for the first time. All of the impressions on Facebook, both paid and earned, can now be quantified and compared to other campaigns. So as you can see here, we've been able to get down to the exact impression level for these three brands and understand their earned media down to that very granular level. And what's really cool is to understand the viral impact of these impressions. Take a look at this and you'll see how the fan impressions actually account for millions of impressions on Facebook, but once you add in the friend impressions, you radically increase the amount of people who are actually exposed. That's really important for a brand advertiser to understand, because now you're talking about millions of additional impressions that you probably didn't even know about before. So if you're a social media manager, probably one of the things you rack your brain with all the time is, how do I message to my fans? What messages are going to appeal to them? Well, one of the really cool things we were able to do for this study is take a look at all of the visitation activity across the internet for these fans. Take a look at the orange bars. Those represent Bing. These fans spend a lot more time on automotive sites than on financial sites, which you might not expect. And if you look at the blue bars, Starbucks fans spend a lot more time on entertainment sites than they do on news sites. The preferences that these fans have are liable to change over time, especially as the fan base grows. So this is something that if you are a social media manager, you want to understand that fan base and monitor it as it goes on. So now let's talk about the really exciting stuff. Are these fans really fans, right? People want to know, do they really like my brand? And now for the first time we can say that, at least in the case of Bing, Starbucks, and Southwest Airlines, they absolutely are. This chart shows in red the average number of internet users visiting the brand's website. Now take a look at the fans. They're in green, and what's really cool is you can clearly see the difference in that these fans actually do visit the brand website, are more likely to visit that site than the average internet user. What's very interesting is if you look at the blue bar, you can see that the friends of fans are also more likely to visit those sites than the average internet user. So we can't say for certain that it was the messages that actually caused people to go to the brand. That'll be a whole separate study, but we can now draw the connection between these fans and their activity on the brand site in a way that we couldn't before. All right, so finally, spending activity. Do these fans actually spend more money? Well, take a look at this. We looked at Starbucks. These are people who actually spent money using their credit or debit card at Starbucks, and we compared them to the fans who use their credit and debit card at Starbucks. And you can see that the fans spend 8% more than the average Starbucks consumer, and they visit 11% more often. There are so many more metrics in the white paper. I really encourage you to download it if you found these data points interesting. In the white paper, we have things like the amount of time people are spending on their Facebook newsfeed and how much that compares to their overall usage of Facebook. We look at how the fans are distributed across worldwide regions, so you can get a sense of the global nature of these brands reaching their fans for the first time. We take a look at the demographics of fans and compare them to the brand's typical site visitors, and we have great data as well, a very good case study on Bing and how Bing fans tie to actual search activity. I think the coolest thing about this white paper is that it's just the start. We now have a brand new platform that we can use to understand social media and Facebook in ways that we just couldn't even imagine before. And there's going to be a lot more research coming out on this in the next few months. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.